Is the US at war right now? No, the US is not officially at war with any country. There is no declared war between the US and China or Russia. However, there is geopolitical tension, not war. What is really going on? The world is in a phase called great power competition. This means big countries compete for influence, money, technology, and power. They try to avoid direct war because it would be catastrophic. Think of it like cold rivalry, not fighting. US versus China. Why the tension? First, economic power. China is the world's manufacturing hub, and the US wants to stay economically dominant. Second, technology, specifically chips, AI, and 5G. The US restricts China's access to advanced tech. Third, Taiwan. Taiwan makes most of the world's advanced chips. China claims Taiwan, but the US supports Taiwan's security. This is the biggest flashpoint, but still not a war. US versus Russia. Why the tension? First, the Ukraine war. Russia invaded Ukraine, and the US supports Ukraine with money and weapons, but the US is not directly fighting Russia. Second, NATO expansion. Russia sees NATO as a threat, and the US is a leading NATO power. Third, energy and influence. Russia uses oil and gas as leverage, and the US wants to limit Russia's global influence. Why countries avoid direct war? Because nuclear weapons exist. A direct U.S. China or U.S. Russia war could end civilization. So instead, countries use sanctions, trade restrictions, cyber operations, proxy wars, and diplomatic pressure. First, how it affects fuel prices. What actually happens? Wars or tensions lead to uncertainty, which causes oil prices to go up. Oil is traded globally, so everyone feels it. Why fuel becomes expensive? Oil-producing regions become unstable, sanctions limit oil supply, and shipping routes become risky. What you see as a normal person, petrol and diesel prices rise, transport costs increase, and electricity bills may go up. Truth, fuel prices are usually the first thing affected by global conflict. Second, how it affects food prices. The hidden connection. Food depends on fuel for transport, fertilizers, many of which come from conflict regions, and global trade routes. For example, Russia and Ukraine are major exporters of wheat, sunflower oil, and fertilizers. When supply is disrupted, wheat prices rise, cooking oil becomes expensive, and vegetables cost more due to transport. What you notice? Grocery bills increase. Eating out becomes costlier, and poorer households feel it more. Truth, there is no food shortage, but food becomes more expensive. Third, how it affects jobs and income. Industries that suffer include manufacturing, export/import businesses, airlines and logistics, and small businesses. Why? Higher fuel costs, lower consumer spending, and slower global trade. Industries that benefit are defense and security, energy, cybersecurity, AI and tech, and local manufacturing. Truth, jobs don't disappear everywhere, they shift. Fourth, how it affects inflation and salary. What happens? Fuel increases, leading to transport increases, which leads to food increases. Businesses raise prices, but salaries increase slowly. This gap means people feel poorer, even if they earn the same. Truth, inflation hurts middle and lower income people the most. Fifth, should you be worried? Short answer, no panic needed. There is no global collapse, no sudden job wipeout, and no food shortage. But the cost of living rises slowly. Savings become more important, and skills matter more than ever. Sixth, smart things normal people can do. Financially, avoid unnecessary debt, build emergency savings, and spend less on fuel-heavy habits. Career-wise, learn skills that work globally, such as tech, digital, and AI. Avoid depending on one income source, and be adaptable. One-line summary. Global conflicts don't usually destroy everyday life. They quietly make fuel, food, and living more expensive, and reward people who are adaptable.